Hello, well, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you another build. I know, 2 builds in 1 week. I know, it's a lot. At least for me it is. Maybe not to you guys. Yeah, maybe not, because there's other channels who upload like daily builds every time. So yeah, anyways, for me it's a lot, but it's because I couldn't wait. After I did the temple, I got started on doing this one, and this is continuing with the Newcrest building Newcrest series. And obviously I'm doing a Japanese theme, so you can expect this to be Japanese as well. This is a Japanese garden, and I want to say that I had fun doing this build because it wasn't as complicated and detailed as the other two that I started, but I wanted to start big and then just kind of like take it slow. Maybe I should have altered it. Maybe I should have done like a big one, complicated one, and then like an easier one. But either way, I guess this one was easy but also complicated in a way. Every build, every create the same, anything that you do has its challenges. And for this one, like I said, it's a Japanese garden, and I heavily inspired on, or got inspired by one that we have here in Arizona. It's called the Garden of Friendship, or the Friendship Garden. I'm not sure what the Japanese name is for it, but that's what they call it here. But it is a Japanese inspired garden that they have here in Arizona, like I said. And I went with this lot because compared to all the other lots that are left over, this is the biggest one. However, I thought it would work. I mean, it does work. It's not too bad, but I feel like it's a little crowded. But again, I used the other two like major big lots on the other two builds because those required it. They were massive builds, and this is the kind of middle ground. And I think this build is, let me get the exact measurements. This build is actually a 40 times 30. The other ones, the temple was a 50 times 40, and the bathhouse was a 40 times 30 as well. So this is the same size as the bathhouse, which it doesn't seem like it because I feel like the park takes a lot more space than the bathhouse did, or maybe because the bathhouse, I don't know, it seems smaller than the bathhouse for some reason. Everything seems a little bit crowded, which is okay. I don't mind it so much. I don't know if you guys will as well. So it is qualified, or it is under the park category. And the reason why I did that is because when I go to the Japanese garden, they have different activities. So they have different things like themes to the month. So they have a month where they help you with like flower arranging. They have another month where you can go and make your own lanterns and different things, different events that they have going on. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring into this park. You will see me do that later with some other specific things that I add in activities. But most of all, you can get married there, which is again what I want to do in real life. I want to get married at the garden. And I also made this into a wedding venue. I'm not sure if you can get married here in parks. I mean, I think you can. I haven't played the Sims in the longest time, like actually played the game in the longest time, so I don't really remember. I feel like I should be a pro at playing Sims because I've been playing for so long. Yet however, I always forget how to do things, so at this point I don't know if you can get married at a park or not. I know you can have birthday parties at a park because I've done that before, but weddings I don't exactly remember. So yeah, I'm not sure. You can always change the lot type if you want, if you can't get married in here, to a bar or a lounge or something like that. But anyways, I didn't want to just make it wedding specific, although that was like my major thing. I want my Sims to get married here as well. But I added a bunch of activities, and the reason why I'm making this little house here, you might be questioning where the park is when I'm just doing this house, is because the garden has this little tea house that's they have little tea ceremonies there. That's another part of the activities that they offer. But the little tea house is also used for the bride and the bridesmaids to get ready for that day, or to like hide out before their main entrance and things like that. So this is something that I wanted to make here as well because I thought it was really cute, and it's actually very, very useful when you're in a wedding. The bride really needs her space. But I ended up going, you can see me in the beginning, I was gonna go with the same wallpaper with the lines, but I am kind of sick of it already after the 2 builds that I used it in. So I went with this one, which is, I think it ended up working a lot better with the colors. This one's just plain white, and I used the dirtier version. There's like the dirty version and then the clean version. So I used the dirty one, but I feel like it just gives it more texture, and it looks better. And it has the brown border at the bottom, with the wooden border at the bottom. So yeah, there's not much to this little tea house. This is gonna be the bathroom, so I do go ahead and add a talking toilet because it's supposed to be Japan and their toilets are fancy over there. So yeah, I added the talking toilet for more improved technology. And this is actually the only floor with tile, the only flooring with tile in it. But I mean, there's not much to it. Oh, I do want to say, however, I did use some CC in this build. I'm gonna try to upload one with CC and one without. However, if you download CC, it's not gonna make that big of a deal. It's like tiny items. The sink, for example, is CC, and so is the mirror, just because the vibes were a lot better than the ones in the game. Also, all the decor clutter items are CC as well, like those little sticks, like the odor sticks that I just added on the sink, those are CC. This is from game. I will make sure to mention everything that's CC so you guys can see what you won't be missing in. But like I said, I'm gonna try and upload a version with CC and then a version without CC as well. Hopefully that goes well. I'll try to link both in the description, but I don't know, the EA website is so weird. Whenever I try to look for the actual link, it says I can never find me, which I'm clearly there, just I don't know. But anyways, this little section over here, I decided to add flooring to it as well, but it's wooden flooring, just because I wanted to keep the other one as a tatami mat. But this is a little changing area. Of course, they can always change in the bathroom as well, but that's fine. I still wanted to have this little area, because even if they're not changing here, it's still a good way to like store all the dresses, because usually the bride doesn't change until she's actually at the location, or the bridesmaids. So like, at least, you know, so I remember from my friend's wedding, we all got ready together, you know, we got our makeup done, our hair done, but we didn't actually get our dresses on until we got to the location and we went to like the dressing room. That's where we did it, because the dresses take a long time and there's such a hassle to put on. But anyways, here I'm doing a tatami mat, again, just because this is kind of traditional when you're having a tea ceremony. But I wanted to add CC for this part as well, because I do have some little pillows and little chairs and a table that's actually functional. It actually works as a little tea table that's low like this, and the chairs are low as well. But I decided not to. Maybe I'll change it later for my own game, but for the uploading version, I just decided to go with this one. The Sims can sit there, however, they cannot interact with the table, of course. But that's pretty much it for that room. I went ahead and added some like other CC items like makeup on the vanity and things like that. Things that won't make a difference if you don't have them on your game. You could always go to the debug menu, and I think they do have some makeup that comes in there as well. I'm not completely sure, but you can try that as well, or else you don't really need it. The vanity still functions without it. What was I gonna say? Here I'm making a little fountain. So this is the river that's gonna go through the middle of the park. And I wanted to make it basically just a bunch of rocks, kind of like a mini waterfall type of thing. This, I wanted to have a bridge. You can see in the other items around that I placed. By the way, all the clutter items are there because I went through debug just so that the debug menu, just so I can go ahead and get inspiration. So I put out all the things that I was liking from debug that I kind of wanted to use or inspired me, and then I decided later if I wanted to use them or not. I delete most of them, but I keep the ones that I did like. And the reason why I did this is just because I see it when I'm going through the menu, and then when I'm actually looking for it, I can't find it, and that just, it's a big hassle and it takes forever. So this is what I did ahead of the build. That's why there's so much clutter. But don't worry, that's not what it looks like. I'm gonna get rid of it and fix it all. But anyways, I was going to use a fake bridge from the debug menu, but I decided not to because the park was going to be cluttered enough already. So I just moved my own one, and I think it works. I don't like what I don't like about it is that the bridge looks, I mean, you can clearly tell it's a bridge, but it's flat against the water. So I kind of wanted to have the bridge to have the little arc like going up and being round, but you can't really do that here. I tried, and you can't really do that here. Unless I use terrain. Oh, I could have used terrain tools. Oh my god. I feel stupid. I feel actually stupid. I'm gonna go back and mess with that and see if I can make that arch happen in the bridge. Oh my god. No, but then I feel like it's gonna look weird because then the ground also is gonna be hollow. Unless I use... Yeah, it's not gonna work. Never mind. If I do the bridge, if I arch the bridge, it's gonna be art. It's gonna have the like roundness to it, but the bottom is not gonna be hollow. The ground's gonna be there as well, like a little mountain, and I don't like that. Yeah, never mind. Just scratch that. I never said anything. But for the water here, I changed the color. I think this is the one that came with the Jungle Adventure color. This pack, because you guys always ask, this pack is heavily using, I would say I'm heavily using the Spa Day Retreat pack. I'm not sure that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. And then I'm also using a lot of debug, so I don't know where all these debug things are coming from, but yeah, I would say mostly I'm using the Spa Day Retreat because they have all the inspired like Asian things, like the little chairs and the bar and all that stuff. So I'll try to keep that in mind when I'm doing all of this. That flower arc by itself is from the romantic pack, the romantic garden pack. Again, I'm not good with names, but I think that's what it's called. So this whole side of the park I decided to make into the wedding venue part of it. Obviously, if you don't like it, and you can also remove it and you know, you'll be fine. You can maybe add more chairs or something else here at the park. You could add perhaps more activities, like more chess tables and stuff like that. I only added like a couple of things. I added one chess table, and that's because it was required, but I didn't really like the idea of it, but I didn't end up minding it too much because it's not very noticeable. But here I am adding the bar, so everything on the bar, like the plants and the chairs and the bar itself, is from the Spa Day Retreat. So that's all from there. Like I said, everything inside the actual little house as well, like the chairs and things like that, I think that's from Spa Day Retreat as well. I think the table might have been from the free pack that we got, like the Caribbean free pack thing that we got. I'm not 100% sure. I never try and limit, at least not for this builds or the Japanese builds, because it's hard finding things like that. I never limit myself to the packs. I do have them all except the Moschino one, which I do plan on getting. I've just been putting it off because there's not much to it. I feel like the windows, yes, they're gorgeous, but there's always CC for it, so I don't know. I might get it just for the modeling career though. I don't know. You can also always get a mod, but anyways, these little like stone step stool thingies, not like whatever step floor thingies, are from the Spa Day as well. The trees and plants, I'm not 100% sure. I really don't know, but this area I wanted to keep it very zen. So this little lamp, by the way, this little like mushroom like Asian inspired lamp, that's CC. So again, you won't miss that if it's gone once you do download it. I wanted to keep this side very zen, like I said, so I decided to go with the sand. It's very annoying that you can't color the actual like terrain like with the terrain tool, so like I had to keep the other one like muddy looking, but it's fine, it worked because I just kind of like eventually faded it off. These little stools or little chairs are from Spa Day as well. Here I'm just adding a bunch of flowers, and I do cut out on a lot of the decorating or the landscaping because it's just repeated. I just add a bunch of flowers everywhere to make it look as bright and colorful as I can. Now this little Ramada thing, I do add 2 benches because I did require that by the park guidelines, and the chess table, which I did not know where to do with it, like I didn't know where to put it, but I ended up finding a place and I feel like it looks good. You can barely see it, you probably won't even notice that it's there until you sit on it. And it's because it's really pretty. I got the wooden one. I required more benches, so I just put some outside, and I feel like it actually brings it to life. It looks more realistic with benches outside. I wanted to place this leaf arc, which I think it's from base game if I'm not wrong, but I didn't know where, so I decided to make this one an entrance specifically for the wedding venue part of it. You could block it, but the thing is the bridge is on that side, so the bridge still has to be accessible, but at least it gives you some privacy. So if you're having a ceremony over there, or actually no, it's fine, because if you're not over there, I mean if you're not getting married, then you don't need to be on that side of the bridge either way, because that's for the bride. So yeah, it does make sense. So yeah, that gives the wedding people kind of privacy. At least in the real world, you would want to have a wedding private to whatever's going on the other side. So that was my intent with that. Obviously your Sims won't respect that and they'll just walk all over the place. So yeah, that's just how Sims are. And here, obviously, I placed the bathrooms. I did place a private bathroom for the bride in the little house, but I wanted to keep this one again separately for the people who are there for events or for the park itself. And here I'm just placing stuff to cover up the pool trim. I hate it so much. I wish you could just choose an option where there was no pool trim, and that would be great. So I'm just placing a bunch of plants to cover that so it doesn't look as ugly. And you can see that I did add some of the little fishing signs so that there will be active fish in the pond. Your Sims cannot swim in the pool. I did try it out and they cannot get to it because of the rocks, which is great because I don't want random people swimming in the park. and I tested it. Everything seems functional. Sims are able to get up the stairs, go through the bridge, sit on the they're able to use every single thing that I place for activities, so it's fine. Hopefully that doesn't get messed up when I upload that to the gallery, because I've seen that happen before. So yeah, if you have any issues, I'm sorry. Everything seems functional as of now though, and like I said, I will be uploading a version without CC as well. At least I'll try to. Here is my little activity. I placed some bonsai trees, I placed a drawing table for the kids, and some of the flower arrangement tables for some activities. But anyways, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Please forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!